got a guest or two for you today.
You got no guess, really?
Well, I want to bring back to the show Eric Sherman of Viacom and Pt.1 Classic and rock and roll management fame and entrepreneurial. Eric, welcome back to Tim and Guys After Hours.
It's amazing to be here. And, last time I was here, I had a blast. But I left feeling like I let Guy down.
He was just kind of mopey for a couple of days, like a kid that woke up for Christmas morning and the presents he was looking for under the tree just weren't there.
Look, I'm blessed that I've had an amazing career. I've met a ton of people. They're on the phone, and I wanted to get one of Guy's favorite musicians of all time and my favorite people on the phone. But today, I've done one bit. Would you like to bring on one of the coolest guys in rock? He is not only, he has sold so many records, but he's written for Cher, for Aerosmith, for Alice Cooper, for Roger Daltrey.
If it's who you referenced last time, this is going to be a big moment for us.
Where is Jack?
Night Ranger, come on.
Well, this is a huge moment for us.
Unbelievable. Jack Blades is with us. That's tremendous.
So let me just frame this. Jack Blades of the golden age of rock and roll, and certainly Night Ranger, Damn Yankees, Shaw Blades. The publishing credits are ridiculous.
Come on.
And look, I'm just saying what they are. And as a guy that grew up on the radio, and Guy and I talk about the golden age of rock and roll radio and video, and you are the man. But before we go any further, I'm just questioning something, because rumor has it that today, 43 years ago, you and your lovely bride, Molly, got married, and you're celebrating a big anniversary today.
Can you believe that? 43 years. I mean, today is our 43rd year anniversary. We were 22 years old in San Francisco in 1977, I think it was.
Unbelievable.
It's got to be a record in my business. All my buddies like Tommy Shaw is I've been married to this guy. I've been married 43 years, 20 to this one, 15 to this one, to this one, 9 to this one. You know the drill. Guy, you know the drill, right?
Congratulations. Happy anniversary. You're a legend. And I think most people that are watching this know exactly who you are. I mean, I say all the time that Damn Yankees, Where You Going Now video is one of the best rock videos I've ever seen. And you guys were, you were listen, everybody wanted to be a super group. That Damn Yankees lineup was a super group.
Where you going now?
Awesome.
When you were turning inside out, isn't love what it's all about? Guy with the tie.
That's
where you go now. Come on, guys, sing along.
So
I don't want to embarrass myself.
You don't know the words. Come on.
Where you going now?
There you go. You got it.
Right.
I haven't played that in a while.
Well,
that's a great tune.
Can I ask a couple questions? First of all, Molly's a saint, and she's obviously a saint, but she's a saint for letting you do this on your anniversary. Can you tell me what were you wearing on your wedding day as a rocker, as a guy, as a cool kid from San Francisco at an interesting time? Were you going with the blue tux, the light blue tux and the ruffles? Yep. Did you have bell bottoms on? What was going on?
Well, it was Molly's family was pretty locked into the society there in San Francisco, so we were all wearing morning coats. Right? We looked like the little guys on top of a wedding cake. And basically we were, you know what I mean? We were there. But at that time, I had these big, Elton John, not sunglasses, glasses. I had big Elton John glasses. So I'm standing there, with these big glasses and all this kind of stuff. I wish I had a picture. I could have held up a picture now. God, I should have put that this morning when I gave Molly some gifts and stuff like that, huh? Here we were in 1977, 23, rock it on!
What was the music scene like? Obviously San Francisco, that whole area is legendary for the music scene, late 60s, early 70s. What was it like for you, sort of basically cutting your teeth in an era or in a region where so many legends, from Jim Morrison to Alice Cooper, the names we've mentioned, Mamas and the Papas, the Eagles, Linda Ronstadt. What was it like coming out of that sort of area?
There was music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. No, it was a real great time because I moved up. I was in San Diego, California, going to college. I was a pre-med student at San Diego State University.
There you go.
I quit my 4th year to like, I took a leave of absence and moved to San Francisco, lock, stock, and barrel, to join a rock band. It's a rock band called Rubicon, which was a funk rock band formed by Jerry Martini, the sax player for Sly and the Family Stone. And in fact, my first like intro into the music scene in San Francisco is Jerry brought me over the record plant to record with Sly. And I mean, first we went to his house. Well, oh, dude, first we went to his house, and I swear to God, it was like in Novato, and it was a scene out of a Fellini movie. I mean, it was like all these things going on, people like going crazy and stuff like that. And I'm this little guy, and I go walking in with my bass, and Jerry wanted Sly to hear me play. So he gets in the room, and everybody's partying in this place. It's all crazy. They're kind of looking at us like, who the hell are you? And everything. And suddenly Sly comes down this grand staircase.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
In white with a girl on each arm. And all of a sudden the whole room was like, it was like, oh, and everything. Well, he comes walking in, and we all went into this big room, like a big, like 30 by 30 foot room. And all the people that were partying at the house, there was probably 60, 70 people. They all lined up on all sides of the room. And then Sly sat down and just sat there and just like, just sat there and groove, and he had sunglasses on and everything like this. And then he leaned over to this guy. It was like a roadie. It was like straight out of a Saturday Night Live skit with Aerosmith, and like running, roadie coming around running all this stuff out and stuff like that. And he whispers to the guy, and the guy walks over to Jerry and says, play. And Jerry goes, play. I'm like, I'm looking around, there's nobody else. It's just me in a room. They wheel this twin reverb, which is a guitar amp, right? And I have my bass with me, and they wheel this twin reverb out in the middle of the room. I plug my bass in, and Jerry goes, play. And I'm like, play? Just start playing? Just nothing? Just a bass? This is a bass,
Let it go, man.
And I'm like, you're 23 years old. You're like, bulletproof. You're not thinking you're going to crash and burn it all. So I'm like, well, I'll start playing. So I start going, I played slap style then, really percussive, Nobody was moving in the room. Everybody was like this, with their eyes on Sly. It was hilarious. Everybody's like looking over like this, like
baptism by Sly. Baptism.
Nobody
by Sly.
moved. Nobody did everything. I'm sitting there, and suddenly Sly's like looking around. All of a sudden, Sly starts going like this, starts grooving, and all of a sudden, everybody in the room starts grooving like this. And then Sly leans over to the roadie. I swear, this is a true story. And he's like leans over to the roadie and goes like this. The guy runs out and gets this like clavinet, like Hohner D6 clavinet, like Sly played. So I plugs that in with another twin reverb, and he starts, so we start going, and the place was just dancing and grooving and everything going crazy. And it was getting, it was wild and wild. We did that for about 20 minutes. And then Sly stopped, and they just went like, it's like, said something to the roadie again. The roadie runs over to Jerry, and Jerry goes, okay, he says to come to the studio tonight. I'm like, all right. So I guess
you just made it, son. You just made it.
So yeah. He splits. The whole scene starts to be a party. All of a sudden, all these people are coming up to me, going, "Hey, man, how you doing?" Touching, and everything like that. And I'm like, "Hey, this is great." And Jerry goes, "Come on, we're going." And I'm like, "No, man. I mean, it's just starting up." It's like he literally grabs me and please, we're leaving now. And we like go out of the place, and it was like getting wild. But that was my boom intro into the thing.